edifying as adjective, enlightening or uplifting in nature, providing moral or intellectual instruction or improvement. The documentary was both entertaining and edifying, teaching viewers about the natural world. The teacher's edifying lesson on history inspired the students to learn more about the subject. The book provided an edifying account of the author's experiences traveling around the world. The speaker's edifying presentation on entrepreneurship motivated the audience to pursue their own business ideas. The museum's edifying exhibits provided a comprehensive look at the history of the region.
Gainsay as verb. To challenge or contest the accuracy of a statement or claim, to dispute or contest a decision or ruling. The evidence presented in court was too strong to be gainsaid. The company's financial report cannot be gainsaid, it clearly shows a loss. I cannot gainsay the fact that she is a talented singer. He tried to gainsay my argument, but I had solid evidence to back it up. There is no gainsaying the importance of education in one's life.
Jocular as adjective. Done in a playful or light-hearted manner. Playful or jesting in nature. Often used to describe humor or behavior. His jocular personality made him popular with everyone he met. The comedian's jocular style of humor was well received by the audience. The manager used jocular language to lighten the mood during tense negotiations. The book's jocular tone added a touch of humor to an otherwise serious topic. She made a jocular comment to break the ice at the meeting. Intimation as noun. A hint, suggestion, or implicit reference. A subtle or indirect indication or reference. His intimation that we were not invited to the party hurt our feelings. The subtle intimation of danger in her voice made me uneasy. The new employee's intimation of his experience impressed the manager. The writer's intimation that there was more to the story than met the eye kept the reader engaged. The intimation of betrayal in his partner's eyes was all he needed to know that something was wrong.
Cosset as noun. A pet or animal that is treated with great care and affection. An act of pampering or indulging someone excessively, treating them with great care and affection. The little lamb was a cosset, raised with care and affection by the farmer's daughter. The prince was a cosset, sheltered from the harsh realities of the world by his wealth and privilege. The heiress was a cosset, pampered by her staff and surrounded by luxury. The child actor was a cosset, given special treatment and attention on set. The pampered pet was a cosset, treated like a member of the family by its doting owners. Desecrate as verb. To treat something holy or revered with disrespect or irreverence. To violate the sanctity of a sacred place, object, or monument by damaging, destroying, or profaning it. The protesters threatened to desecrate the government building if their demands were not met. The vandals tried to desecrate the church by spray painting the walls. The soldiers were ordered not to desecrate the tombs of their fallen enemies. The locals were outraged when they found out that someone had desecrated the war memorial. The museum had to increase security measures to prevent anyone from attempting to desecrate the exhibits.
Debunk as verb. To discredit or prove wrong the validity of a widely held belief or misconception. To expose the falseness or exaggerated claims of a myth, belief, or idea. The scientist was able to debunk the myth that vaccines cause autism with rigorous research and evidence. The journalist wrote an article to debunk the conspiracy theory circulating on social media. The magician revealed the trick behind the illusion, debunking the notion of supernatural powers. The historian debunked the long-held belief that a particular event never occurred by presenting new archival evidence. The expert debunked the pseudoscientific claims made by the self-proclaimed healer. Iconoclastic as adjective. Against traditional beliefs or institutions. Breaking with convention. The iconoclastic artist created a controversial painting that challenged societal norms. The iconoclastic politician proposed a radical new policy that shook up the status quo. The iconoclastic professor encouraged her students to question traditional wisdom and think for themselves. The iconoclastic musician refused to conform to the expectations of the mainstream music industry. The iconoclastic writer rejected conventional storytelling techniques and experimented with unconventional narrative structures. Convivial as adjective. Friendly and lively, especially in social situations. Joyful and sociable, conducive to good cheer and conversation. The convivial atmosphere at the party made everyone feel welcome and relaxed. The convivial nature of the restaurant staff added to the enjoyable dining experience. The convivial banter among co-workers made the workday more enjoyable. The convivial spirit of the holiday season was evident in the decorations and festivities. The convivial crowd at the bar made it a popular spot for socializing and meeting new people. Panegyric as adjective. Exaggeratedly laudatory or eulogistic, expressing enthusiastic praise or admiration. The actor's acceptance speech was a panegyric to his family and colleagues. The author wrote a panegyric to the beauty of nature in his latest book. The teacher's glowing recommendation letter was a panegyric to the student's academic achievements. The politician's speech was a panegyric to the values of democracy and freedom. The artist's work was the subject of a panegyric in the art world. Incense as verb. To make someone extremely angry, annoyed, or frustrated. To make someone extremely angry or annoyed. The rude comment incensed her, and she responded angrily. The unfair treatment of the employees incensed the union members. The decision to close the library incensed the community. The politician's remarks incensed the opposition party. The violence in the city incensed the public and led to protests. Repudiate as verb. To disown or renounce something formally. To reject or deny something publicly and firmly. The company repudiated the allegations of environmental misconduct. The politician repudiated his earlier statements on immigration. The organization repudiated the actions of its members who engaged in unethical behavior. The father repudiated his son's decision to drop out of college. The leader repudiated the extremist views of a faction within the party. Apogee is noun. The highest or most distant point in an orbit or trajectory. The point in the orbit of the moon or a satellite at which it is farthest from the Earth. The satellite will reach its apogee or farthest point from the Earth in just a few hours. The company's stock price reached its apogee last year, but has since declined significantly. The athlete's career reached its apogee when she won a gold medal at the Olympics. The novel was considered the apogee of the author's career, and it went on to win numerous awards. The apogee of the Roman Empire is generally considered to be during the reign of Augustus.
Machinate as verb. To plan or devise, especially in a complex or sinister way. To plot or scheme, often in a secretive or malicious manner. The corrupt officials were caught in the act of machinating a scheme to embezzle public funds. The CEO was accused of machinating a plan to monopolize the industry and put smaller companies out of business. The political party was accused of machinating a plot to rig the elections and remain in power. The disgruntled employees were found to be machinating a plan to sabotage the company's operations in order to seek revenge. The spy agency was suspected of machinating a plot to overthrow the foreign government and install a puppet regime.
Irrefutable as adjective. Impossible to deny or argue against. Conclusive. Not able to be disproven, denied, or challenged. Incontrovertible. The evidence presented was irrefutable. The truth of his statement was irrefutable. His alibi was proved to be irrefutable. The logic behind her argument was irrefutable. The facts are irrefutable and cannot be denied. Pejorative as adjective. Derogatory or insulting in nature. Used to demean or criticize. Intended to belittle, disparage, or show disrespect to a person or group. The word retarded is now considered pejorative and offensive. He used a pejorative term to describe his opponent's position. The article contains several pejorative comments about immigrants. The comedian's jokes were often pejorative towards women and minorities. The politician was criticized for using pejorative language in his speeches. Tempered as adjective. Having a particular temperament, disposition, or character. Treated or strengthened by heating and then cooling. The artist used a tempered palette to create a cohesive color scheme. The tempered glass was less likely to shatter upon impact. His tempered response showed that he was able to control his emotions. The chef used a tempered knife for precision cutting. The tempered steel was strong and durable. Autocratic is adjective. Characterized by or given to absolute or arbitrary use of power, despotic. Having absolute power and authority, ruling without any restrictions or limitations. The CEO's autocratic leadership style stifled innovation and creativity, as employees felt discouraged from expressing their ideas and opinions. The country's autocratic government suppressed free speech and dissent, using censorship, surveillance, and repression to maintain its grip on power. The coach's autocratic approach to training and strategy left little room for player input or experimentation, leading to a rigid and predictable game plan. The parents' autocratic control over their child's choices and actions caused resentment and rebellion, as the child felt unable to express their own preferences and values. The teacher's autocratic classroom management style relied on punishment and authority, rather than encouragement and collaboration, leading to a tense and unproductive learning environment. Tirade is noun. A long, angry, and critical speech or rant. A verbal outburst of criticism, denunciation, or condemnation. She went on a tirade about the unfairness of the system. The boss went on a tirade after seeing the mistakes in the report. His tirade about politics lasted for hours. The coach gave a tirade to the team after the loss. His tirade against the company's policies made everyone uncomfortable. Deign is verb. To agree, consent to do something considered lowly or beneath one's status. To condescend, to consider it beneath one's dignity, but do so anyway. The celebrity didn't even deign to acknowledge her fans as she rushed past them. The professor only deigned to answer the student's question after he had finished his lecture. The queen reluctantly deigned to grant an audience to the commoner. The wealthy businessman rarely deigns to associate with those he considers beneath him. The celebrity chef deigned to share one of his secret recipes with the audience. Ready to boost your English or ace the GRE? Meet the GRE vocabulary app. a fun and effective way to master language. Learn advanced words with examples and audio. Master idioms, proverbs, and phrasal verbs. Enjoy quizzes, flashcards, and pronunciation tests. Customize your practice by difficulty or focus. Translate into 100+ languages with ease. Did you learn new words? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. Download now and start your journey to vocabulary mastery.